Welcome to Dark Universe, the gothic heart of Epic Universe. I'm here with Greg Hall from Universal Creative for an inside look at the madness, mayhem, and monsters behind the thrilling attraction, Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein Experiment. Greg, we have to talk about this brand new character that we're introduced to in this attraction, Dr. Victoria Frankenstein.
We're so excited to introduce Dr. Victoria Frankenstein. She's a great-great-granddaughter of Henry Frankenstein, the creator of monsters. Now, she's here to prove to the world she will succeed where others have failed, and that's controlling monsters. And that's why we're here, to witness Victoria's final experiment, and that's controlling Dracula.
So we're not just meeting Frankenstein's monster. We are introduced to a full lineup of Universal monsters. What inspired that Unchained approach?
I've never worked on a single project that's more universal than this ride right here. So we had to introduce this interesting catalog of amazing creatures to our guests. It's not just an attraction you go through a line and you enter. It's a complete transformation of the guests entering a new world. Because we start to see some of Victoria's experiments and some hints to what's going to happen to them on the attraction, how strong the monsters are, and the mysteriousness of some of the monsters. It's the most advanced queue that we've ever made, ever, since I've been here for 16 years. So the way the characters interact with the guests, the way they talk, the way they move is so lifelike. You'll never see it anywhere else.
How did your team build suspense before guests even get on the ride?
We packed so much information into this queue. There's a lot of psychology to this. We know you can't scare most people more than they can scare themselves. So we have to give them that ability to think about different elements. We actually met with real morticians to be as realistic as possible on all this information. So there's a lot of data that's true, realistic, and authentic, and that's what we want to give to the guests.
That actually gave me chills. I love talking about this. So let's just dive in.
Right.
Let's fully talk about the monsters. It's what we all want to know.
Yeah.
How did you go about choosing which iconic creatures actually made it into the attraction?
Oh, there's so many to choose from. And we want to make sure that we pick the most iconic that guests could relate to. And at the same time, we want to pick the coolest we could think of.
Of course. Was there a particular monster that was especially fun or maybe even challenging to bring to life?
We have monsters in the attraction that are flying. Dracula's literally levitating in front of our guests. We have walking figures in our attraction, and we never had this humanoid figure at this scale walk. So that was awesome as well. It was always a challenge, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like a challenge when you're having fun.
Okay, Greg, no spoilers, but what can guests expect once the chaos begins?
We like to call it multi-sensory storytelling. We've implemented new technology, even in our ride vehicle, that creates a sensation of touch. There's maneuvers that we've nailed and perfected. You think you understand what's going to happen to you, and then there's a complete new surprise once you interact with a new monster. The guests are never going to know what's going to happen to them, and it's awesome.
That is awesome. For fans of Universal Monsters and thrill rides, how does this blend both of those experiences together?
We broke it down to 3 tenets, and that's legacy, mystery, and thrill. Legacy being the Universal Pictures legacy. We wouldn't be here without these iconic films and the success of them. So we want to make sure that when we're designing every element, it connects to the legacy or there's a hint to it so it feels authentic. Now, mystery, we wanted to make sure that it had the same feeling as what happens in the films. That, there's a moment of, what's going to happen to us, what's next, anticipate. And then there's thrill. You have to have monsters in your monster ride, and we have a lot of them, and the lineup's insane.
Thank you again to Greg Hall for sharing the science, the storytelling, and the secrets behind Monsters Unchained. Get ready to step inside the lab, dodge the mayhem, and face the monsters, all inside Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein Experiment.